Yeah, man. I came here. I want to talk about Roxanne Perez. We need to talk about Roxanne Perez. Well, I do anyway. There'd be a whole lot of hating going on with her and whatnot. So I want to get into that, man, and come up here and get my takes about it because she is one of my favorite female wrestlers. So I want to come up here and talk about Roxanne Perez tonight because I be seeing her getting hated on by fans. I see somebody in the building. Hit the like button for me while you at it. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hit the like button for me, Anthony. And that's what's up, man. Happy early birthday in advance. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. Oh yeah, I'm ready. Of course I'm ready. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I want to come over here and talk about Roxanne Perez, man. I be seeing her getting hated on a little bit, man. Saying she's born and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, y'all get out of here with that, man. Miss me with that shit. First and foremost, Roxanne Perez is one of my favorite female wrestlers. I've been a fan of Roxanne Perez for a couple of years now. I've been a fan of Roxanne Perez ever since her NXT days. I became a fan of Roxanne Perez like in 2022. So, like I said, I've been a fan of hers for a couple of years. Yes, she is the future, bro, for sure. Roxanne Perez is the future for sure. But she be getting hated on, man. She be getting hated on. And I'm tired of seeing it. I be seeing, fans saying she looked like a Muppet and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, look, bro, get out of there with that dumb shit. Stop with the stupid shit. Roxanne Perez is beautiful, but that ain't why I came up here to talk about it. I'm talking about this hate she gets, saying she's boring in the ring and all that kind of shit. Roxanne Perez is underrated. She's a star. She's a main event player for sure. Look at the matches. She can wrestle. Fast skill mat technician wrestler. You know what I'm saying? She's a great in-ring performer, but I be seeing her getting hate. People saying she's boring. She doesn't get a pop and all that kind of shit. I'm like, man, look, let's stop with the stupid shit. Let's stop with the stupid shit, man. Roxanne Perez is a main event player. She proved that in NXT. She's a star. She's a star. But right now, they're not going to do it. They're not going to put the title on her right now because the fact of the matter, they're working on putting the title on Stephanie Valkyrie. But that still doesn't mean Roxanne Perez can eventually capture the women's IC title. But that's not going to happen no time soon neither because who I think is going to win the women's IC title next is none other than Bayley. Live Valkyrie done captured the women's IC title. So I think Bayley is going to be the person to capture the women's IC title due to she's definitely on her way to turn heel. Bayley is about to snap. So Bayley's on her way to turning heel, and I see her going after Becky Lynch to capture the women's IC title. I definitely see that playing out for sure. So I'm ready for Bayley's heel turn because I'm ready to see Bayley to throw on Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. This Bayley heel turn right here is going to be like never before. She's not going to be saying ding dong hello and all that kind of shit. This heel Bayley right here is going to be no fucking joke. Like I tell you, she's going to be no fucking joke. So I don't agree with this heel turn, but I'm all for it. Bayley's one of my favorites anyway. Bayley is the only one who I fuck with in Full House Women. I don't give two shits about Mercedes Moné. Don't give two shits about Charlotte. Never have and never will. And I don't give two shits about Becky Lynch, being that she's disrespecting dead people and shit. But back to Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez she's the future. She's the future of this business. She's the future. She's definitely on her way to catching the women's world title. This is facts on facts. So all this Roxanne Perez hate, man, haters can go left. This woman is a star. She has the star power. Yeah, you know it. What's going on, Rockstar? How you living, brother? Welcome to the chat. Hey, for the new people that's in my chat, man, subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 500 subscribers. I would surely appreciate that. So yeah, man, Roxanne Perez be getting hated on. You know, I'm saying, you know, some people saying she look like a Muppet and all that kind of shit. That woman, Roxanne Perez, doesn't look like a damn Muppet at all. You know, all this Roxanne Perez hate is weird. It's weird. Gonna capture. Fuck no. Anyway, like I said, Roxanne Perez is a main event player. She's a main event player. Haters can go left. I got one in my chat right now. I got one in my chat right now, as I see. Like I said, she's a star. And I can't wait to see how these haters have a meltdown when she does win the title. I can just imagine how they're going to act when she wins the title, because she's definitely going to win the women's world title. But right now, and on the main roster, she's not winning no titles right now on the main roster. Like I said, I already know it's not going to happen. So I already know it's not going to happen, whatnot. But she's definitely is main event material. I can see Roxanne Perez wants to wrestle so bad, and who she's idolized to the max is AJ Lee. And I saw when she hit CM Punk with the pop Roxy. I saw that. Roxanne Perez, man, the woman's a great in-ring performer. How was my day? My day is pretty good, Allison. Welcome to the chat. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel. You know, I see people hating on Roxanne Perez and stuff, and it like Roxanne Perez has done capture her first piece of championship tag team gold on the main. I ain't gonna say her first piece, but well, on the main roster, I guess you could. When she won she done been the one half of the women's tag team champion with Raquel Rodriguez. So that's a start right there for her on the main roster. So she's gonna win that women's world title soon. She's gonna win it. It's definitely bound to happen. It's bound to happen. She can women's world title. Stephanie Valkyrie is one of my favorite wrestlers too. Too bad Naomi got pregnant and we couldn't see Stephanie Valkyrie dethrone Naomi for the women's world title. But she's going to win the women's world title. That's who I want to become the next women's world champion is Stephanie Valkyrie. We all know Roxanne Perez ain't winning it right now, but I do want Roxanne Perez to capture the women's world title. She could be the person maybe a year or two, or maybe a year down the line, that might be the person to the throne, Stephanie Valkyrie for the women's world title. Or Roxanne Perez could win Money in the Bank. She could win Money in the Bank. What's going on, Jaden? Welcome to the chat, brother. How you living? If you're new here, subscribe to my channel. What's going on, Amanda Hernandez? Welcome to the chat. If you're new, subscribe to my channel. Y'all help me get to 500 subscribers tonight. I was 1K. I want to get to that 1K. I want my channel to grow. But back to Roxy. Back to Roxy. She's got a bright future ahead of her on the main roster. I see it. I see it. And when she wins that title, it's going to be a lot of haters in the bushes. It's going to be a lot of haters in the bushes wishing her on her downfall. They're going to be in them bushes wishing her on her downfall. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have this and that the third to say about her. But I know it's not gonna be right now. This is why I'm here to say that Roxanne Perez is the future. She is the future on the main roster. I give it a year or two when she finally captures her women's world title. I definitely know she's gonna eventually capture the women's what's going on, Devon Daly? Welcome to the chat, my guy. Roxanne Perez is going to be doing big things by probably within a year or two. This Judgment Day thing is just a start for her. She done became one half of the women's tag team champions right along with Raquel Rodriguez. That's a start for her right there. Her next step, that's her next step. Yes, it is. The future is bright for Roxanne Perez. The future is bright. I know somebody who be hating on her real hard, and you be watching his videos, Devon Daly. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. He be one of the main ones, saying she looked like a muppet and shit. But she's going to get it done. Roxanne Perez is definitely going to get it done. But right now, she's not going to win no singles championship. Yeah, he does. He definitely do. But Roxanne Perez, man, she got a bright future ahead of her. So that's why I had to call out the hate I be seeing her getting online by people. Say she can't wrestle, but be the same damn ones to overhype Jade Cargill or Jasmine Nix. And don't get me wrong, I like Jasmine Nix and all, but Jasmine Nix is not the best wrestler in the world. And I did a short clip video talking about that Fatal Attraction is going to split up when Lola Vice dethrones JC Jane for the women's world title. And what's going to happen is they're going to turn on Jasmine Nix first, because like I said, Jasmine Nix is the weak link of that group. Let's just go ahead and call it spade for spade, although I like Jasmine Nix. When JC Jane when JC Jane loses the women's world title to Lola Vice, which is I want Lola Vice to be the person to the throne, JC Jane for the women's world title, because Lola Vice is one of my favorite female wrestlers. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, want to see Lola Vice dethrone JC Jane for the women's world title, as she should. But with JC Jane lose the title, she's gonna go right after Jasmine Nix. And her and Fallon Henley is going to viciously attack Jasmine Nix. And then what's going to happen? That's going to lead to Fallon Henley and JC Jane going at it. Then Fatal Attraction is done for. Now Fallon Henley, she's my favorite member, and I mean Fatal Influence. I meant Fatal Influence. Fallon Henley is my favorite member and Fatal Influence. Yeah, Fallon Henley is one of my favorites. So she's my favorite member and Fatal Influence. But then JC Jane is going to turn on Fallon Henley. So then after that, Fallon Henley and JC Jane has a strong heated feud. Then Fatal Influence is done for. It's no more. Everybody go their separate ways. Jasmine Nix better than Jade. Yes, Jasmine Nix is better than Jade. She is. And somebody else that don't like for people to call out the obvious about Jade Cargill. I ain't gonna say no names, but somebody else. He's also following me on Instagram, man. His YouTube videos come across my timeline, but he don't like for people to call out the obvious about Jade Cargill too. But Jasmine Nix is a better wrestler than Jade Cargill. She is. And not just that, Fallon Henley can punch. Do I like 211s? Nah, man. Nah. I fuck with the natural lights and Coronas. But I don't drink beer like that so often. I'm not a beer drinker like that. But I do drink beer, not like that though. Yeah, Devon did. I love me some Fallon Henley, man. Yeah, she's my favorite member in Fatal Influence. But anyway, let's get back on topic. Uh Not just that, Fallon Henley can punch. That down girl can fucking punch. I remember she knocked the shit out of Lash Legend one time, and she knocked the hell out of her. I said, man, Lash Legend's a big woman. She ain't fat, but Lash Legend, she's no small woman, and she's tall. Fallon Henley knocked the shit out. I said, dang, she can punch. So look, so yes, so with that being said, like I said, I want Lola. I'm ready for Lola Vice to the throne, JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship, because I'm a massive fan of Lola Vice. But so yeah, man, Roxanne Perez gets all this hate. She gets hate from certain fans and shit like that. But these be the same fans to say Jasmine Nix can wrestle. Hell, they would even say she better than Roxanne Perez, knowing damn well that is not true at all by far. That's what's crazy. That's what's funny. That's what blows my mind. But boy, they'll hate on Roxanne Perez, but when it comes to Jade Cargill, boy, they can't stand it when the ones like me call out the obvious about her. Kiana James was a good demon in the ring in NXT. Yeah, Kiana James, yeah, Kiana James can deliver. She was a good, yeah, she was. She had a great heel character. Yeah, she had that prissy mean girl character. That's all. She had that prissy mean girl character. She had that stuck up prissy mean girl character. Whatnot. It fit her though. It fit her though. She did a good job with it. Nikita Lyons, I called her out before how fans hate on her. Say I only like her because she's a white girl with a fat ass. No, it's not. That ain't why I like her. Nikita Lyons can go in that ring. This woman, you talk about somebody that has three different fighting styles: a martial artist, a mixed martial artist, and she can box very quick with her hands. But people hate on her and swear up and down. I only like her because she's a white girl with a fat ass. But that's obviously not the truth. Yeah, I don't care for me Chin either. Now me Chin to me is boring. I don't care for me Chin at all. I don't care for me Chin at all. But yeah, Nikita Lyons is a star. I said it before. I don't have to say it again. How should be the next person to win the WWE Women's Evolve Championship? And watch how when she wins it, how they start hating on her. Because they already hate on her. They hate on me for being a massive Nikita Lyons fan. Nikita Lyons is one of my favorite female wrestlers. She followed me on X. They hate on me for being a massive fan of Nikita Lyons. Be the same damn one with the overhyped Jade Cargill and Mercedes Monet. Mercedes Monet, she's not that good in the ring. She's better than Jade Cargill, I'll give her that. But she's not that good. But they hate on Nikita Lyons when this woman has three different types of fighting styles, just as I said. Martial artist, mixed martial artist, and a boxer who wants to get very quick with her damn hands. Do y'all really think if we get Nikita Lyons and Jade Cargill in the same ring, one on one against each other, do they really think Jade Cargill is going to out wrestle Nikita Lyons? I find that shit so fucking laughable. I find it so laughable. I find that shit so laughable. Nikita Lyons will carry Jade Cargill through that damn match. Just like Roxanne Perez carried her in the match they had against each other one on one. Tell me if I'm telling lies. Hell no. I know damn well I'm not. I know damn well I'm not. Exactly. Zelina Vega is a better wrestler than Mercedes Benay. See, people not ready for that damn conversation. They're not ready for it. But they hate on Zelina Vega saying she can't wrestle because she botched one move in her match. I find this shit to be so laughable because it is laughable. What up, Simp? Man, get your goofy ass out my chat. Better let me introduce you to my block list. Let me introduce you to my block list. Ain't got time for trolls, my guy. You come to the wrong chat with that shit. All right, he's out of here. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Uh, yeah, yeah, Zelina Vega out Russell's Mercedes Monet. We let the Keaton Lions versus Mercedes Monet in a one-on-one match. Who's the better wrestler? Nikita Lyons. Three different types of fighting styles. You think in a real life fight, Mercedes Monet could fuck with Nikita Lyons? Hell no. She would get crushed. Not to say it wouldn't be a good match against those two. It would probably be a pretty decent match because Nikita Lyons will carry her. Mercedes Monet is a move spammer. She spam moves over and over. Just like the match they had at AEW Double or Nothing, Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Monet. Jamie Hayter carried her through that whole match. She carried her. Mercedes Monet, she was doing the same moves over and over again. Don't y'all don't believe me? Watch the fucking watch the match. Watch the tape. Watch the match. Nikita Lyons doesn't spam the same moves over and over in her matches. No, people gonna laugh and say what I just said that the Keys Lines is a better wrestler than Mercedes. And yeah, go, laugh, laugh. I don't give a fuck. Laugh. Because it's just amazing how they overhype Mercedes Bonet, but shit on the ones like the Keys Lines that is actually a better wrestler. Let's get back to Roxanne Perez. Like all the rest that I just named, they get hated on. Roxanne, Nikita Lyons, all the rest that I named, they get hated on. Nikita Lyons, Roxanne Perez, um, who else? Who else? Zelina Vega. They get hated on. Even Alexa Bliss once upon a time, I used to get hated on a long time ago. Oh, I got the worst hate behind Alexa Bliss. Liv Morgan at one point was getting hated on by the fans until they seen her seduce and dominate. Then they want to jump on her bandwagon like the horny fanboys that they are. Yes, she is better than Mercedes Moné. She definitely is. I'm not saying Mercedes Moné is a terrible wrestler. She's not a terrible wrestler. She's not as good as people try to make her out to be. That's the point I'm getting across. And she damn sure not better than Roxanne Perez. But people hate on Roxanne Perez though, right? Exactly. Just average Devon Daly. Exactly. You know, they hate on Roxanne Perez, says she doesn't get no pop and all that kind of shit, but be the same ones to overhype Mercedes Moné. Where Mercedes Moné, she has a cringe ass character. Her character is like a highly paid stripper. Don't even get me started on her shitty ass promos. Her promos are hot garbage, and she's an average wrestler at best. But they overhype her, but shit on Roxanne Perez. That's very funny. That's real hilarious. That's why I had to call this out. When I see wrestlers that I'm a massive fan of or happen to be a fan of, well, if I see a wrestler that I'm a fan of and I see how they get hated on by fans, oh, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to tell the truth and call out the obvious every time. I'm going to call out the obvious every time. And notice they get mad as hell when you call out the obvious about Mercedes Monet or Jade Cargill. They'll even take it as far to throw the down race card at you when it comes to Jade Cargill. Mercedes Monet too, including Bianca Belair. No, but I'm not going to include those two because Bianca Belair can actually wrestle, and she's a huge star, one of the top stars in the AEW Women's Division today. And Naomi can wrestle, so I'm not going to include those two. I don't care for Jakar Jackson like that, but I agree with your take. I'm talking about Roxanne Perez, man. This hate she be getting. If you're new to my channel, my big boy 48, subscribe to my channel, man. I would surely appreciate it. It's just amazing how Roxanne Perez get hated on. I appreciate it, my guy. Wait when she wins that title. But Roxanne Perez, at the chief, like I said, I'm gonna give it maybe a year or two from now. Roxanne Perez is probably going to win the women's IC title, or she gets drafted to SmackDown. She's probably going to capture the Women's United States Championship. Facts, Big Boy 48. Roxanne just accomplished a lot this year. She's definitely the under exactly. But see, these goofies be hating on her. That's what's funny. They ignore the obvious because they want it to be their favorites to win these titles and get all of this spotlight. Just like they were hate, they got pissed off. They got pissed off at me when I told the truth about Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill match at SummerSlam. Tiffany Stratton did her very best to carry Jade Cargill, and the shit didn't work. The shit didn't work. So Tiffany Stratton had to finish out the match and successfully retain her women's world title as she should. And everybody was mad as hell Jade didn't win the title. She shouldn't have. Every time Jade Cargill wrestles, she wrestled like she doesn't want to, know what I'm saying, be there. But when people like me call this shit out, these fans get mad as hell. People saying that they don't want to hear that nonsense and all that kind of shit, saying there's other wrestlers that's green in the ring, that's champions. They don't want to hear hear that nonsense. Well, you're gonna hear it from me because I call out the damn obvious. I call out the obvious. Whether they good or not in the ring. I'm here to tell the truth. That's their problem. They can't handle the truth. When you call out, they can't handle the truth. They get all offended and shit. Yes, this champions that was green in the ring, but why can't I say the same damn thing about Cargill for? And I know the person that said it, but I'm not gonna say no names. Ain't gonna put them on blast. Ain't gonna put them on blast. I remember who said this shit. I'm not gonna put put them on blast. Ain't gonna put them on blast. But I know who said it. Every wrestler is green in the ring. They're not trying to hear that nonsense about Jay Cargill being green in the ring. Well, damn it, you're gonna hear it from me because it's true. And I don't know. I would say the same damn thing about another wrestler that's green in the ring, that's champion, and I feel like they don't deserve to be. Look at Britt Baker. Britt Baker's green in the ring, and she was one of the AEW women's champion. So why can't I say the same damn thing about Jade Cargill? Jade Cargill has always been green in the ring. Even her AEW days when she was on that undefeated run, all her matches squash matches, no story at all. She just winning her title matches and retaining the Goldberg squash matches. The matches was not good at all. But now they don't want to hear that nonsense, though, right? Yeah, because y'all want to ignore the damn obvious. He want to ignore the obvious. Yeah, he don't want to hear that nonsense because he knows the truth, and he want to ignore the obvious. Like I said, I'm not ain't gonna call him out. I know who said that shit though. He's even following me on Instagram. He's well known on YouTube for his content. But I ain't gonna call him out. Ain't gonna call him out. But I know who said that shit. They don't want to hear that nonsense about Jay Cargill being green in the ring. With damn you go with damn I'm gonna say it because it's true. You can hear it from me. They love to ignore the obvious when it comes to their favorites. I'm not going to ignore the obvious with my. I even tell the truth about my favorites. Like Lana. Lana's one of my favorite female wrestlers. And Lana's one of my favorites when even Lana's one of my favorite female wrestlers when she was the best wrestler in the ring, including Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan always been one of my favorite female wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, since her Riot Squad days. And she wasn't the best in the she wasn't the best wrestler in the world and she was with Riot Squad. But Liv Morgan still one of my favorites. Why? Because I saw potential in her. I saw potential in her. Just like Lana was my favorite female wrestler, and she wasn't the best wrestler in the world when Lana was one of my favorites, but I saw potential in Lana. And look at Liv Morgan. Arguably right now, one of the best wrestlers. She can wrestle. Her in-ring ability, the 360 turnaround when she returned in 2020. Squash Lana in both matches. So right then and there, Liv Morgan became one of my top favorite female wrestlers because once she improved on her in-ring ability, and she also, her character also did a 360 turnaround. And what happened with Lana? She eventually became half decent. Mandy Rose. She's another one of my favorite female wrestlers. And that once upon a time when Mandy Rose became one of my favorite female wrestlers, she wasn't the best wrestler in the world. But Mandy Rose was half decent. Although a lot of fans didn't want to admit that shit. They didn't want to admit that. Mandy Rose was half decent. Then when she returned in 2021, Mandy Rose became you know what I'm saying, a fully great in-ring performer. She carried Dana Brooke when they were a tag team. And Mandy Rose NXT days, she delivered in every damn match she had when she defended that title. Mandy Rose became a great wrestler. Then they want to jump on a bandwagon and all that kind of shit. Want to be on a jock strap. But before that, they shielded on it to the max. So now Roxanne Perez is going through this shit. So see me, I just told the truth about Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose, and Lana. And these are three of my favorite female wrestlers that I named and said and just clearly admitted that they were my favorites when they weren't the best wrestlers in the ring at the time being. How more real can I be? But yeah, they love to ignore the obvious about Jade Cargill, right? Exactly. They love to ignore the obvious about Jade Cargill. And I find the shit so laughable. Because they're going to hear it from me. Not all the time, because I don't want to make it look like I'm obsessed with Jade Cargill and I hate her. I'm hating on her, not hating. When I get a chance to call it out, I'm going to call it out. You don't like what I'm saying about it, don't watch my videos. Because talking shit to me ain't going to get you nowhere. I'm gonna just delete your comment and block you. Just like I did some troll that came in here running his mouth calling shit talking about what's up, simp. I simply blocked them. I'm not about to argue. Simply blocked them. So go ahead, you can run your mouth if you want to. I'm gonna just delete your comment and block you. Not about to argue with these goofies. That's what they are, goofies, because they get pissed off about you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they goofy because they get pissed off and can't take criticism when it comes to the wrestlers that they like and support when you tell the truth about them. Now, if somebody want to be a Jade Cargill fan, that's fine. I'm not gonna come for their neck and just automatically attack them because they say they like Jade Cargill. But then I'll be like, you like Jade Cargill? Man, you lame. You whack. No, because they got the right to like who they like. But that still doesn't mean I can't speak how I feel about them. especially if it's the truth. You can have your opinion, that's fine and dandy. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But that still doesn't mean I can't call out the obvious. Now, if anybody, a massive fan of Jade Cargill, man, look, to each his own. We can still be cool and be friends. We to each his own. But if you ask me what is my take, I'm going to just tell the truth. I'm going to tell the bluntful truth. I'm going to tell the bluntful truth. So I don't need to get offended. If you get offended, that's on you. I can't do nothing for you, but just keep telling the damn truth and being blunt. So at the end of the day, it's your choice how you want to go about it. It's your choice how you want to act about it. Okay, well, hey man, to each his own, man. To each his own. To each his own. I'm not about to sugarcoat shit, bro. I'm not to sugarcoat nothing, my guy. But if you like Jay Cargill, man, look, that's fine. That's fine. Fine by me. Ain't gonna come for nobody next on who they choose to support. Like they do me. All I gotta do is just post a damn pic of Alexa Bliss. Here come a troll in the wrestling group running their mouth talking shit. I post a pic of Alexa like a long time ago in groups. I post a pic of Alexa Bliss, giving my takes about her. Here come a troll talking shit. Coming for me. I post a pic of Liv Morgan. Here come a troll coming for me. That's why I don't be in these wrestling groups like that no more. Because it's filled with a bunch of trolls talking shit. And I ain't got time for that. At the end of the damn day, I'm gonna support who I want to support. Like Maxine Dupree. She's one of my favorite female wrestlers. And Maxine Dupree right now is not the best wrestler in the world, but Maxine Dupree has a lot of potential. But you know what I said before about Maxine Dupree? Y'all can disagree, that's fine. I think Maxine Dupree can actually wrestle. I think they're just booking her to look like she can't wrestle. But what I think is going to happen one of these days, WWE is going to book Maxine Dupree to show off her real exact talent in a one-on-one match. And she's going to be very impressive and have a lot of wrestling fans' mouths drop wide open. And while their mouths drop wide open, all in shock, I'm going to be there with the biggest damn smile on my face, saying I told every last one of them so. Because not Roxanne Perez, but Maxine Dupree is one of my favorite female wrestlers. And being that she's been working with Natty, it's bound to happen. So don't say I didn't tell you so when she shows off her true ring talent. Don't say I didn't tell you so when she shows off her true in-ring ability. And I'm let it be known, Maxine Dupree is one of my favorites. Nikki Bella, a cosplayer. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like back in 2008, I used to be a massive fan of the Bella Twins. Back in 2008, I used to love the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins used to be one of my favorite female wrestlers, but over time, later on down the line, years down the line, they got stale as hell, and I just couldn't get behind them no more. So I'm no longer a fan of the Bella Twins. I'm no longer a fan of Nikki Bella or Brie Bella. I don't care for neither one of them. And she's definitely not about to dethrone Becky for the women's IC title. Who I want to dethrone Becky Lynch for the women's IC title is none other than Bayley. Because Bayley is going through this heel, is about to do a heel turn, and it's going to be epic. And Bayley is one of my favorite female wrestlers. As I said before, Bailey the only one who I fuck with in Four Horsewomen. Bailey is my only favorite in Four Horsewomen. I don't care for the other three. But what I think before Roxanne Perez captures the women's world title, she's gonna capture she's gonna capture probably the women's IC title first. That's what I think is gonna happen. Or if she goes back to SmackDown, yes, Bailey is very smooth in the ring, man. I love seeing Bailey Russell. She's very smooth in the ring. Yeah, Bailey is definitely one of my favorites. She's very smooth in the ring. But back to Roxanne Perez. I say Roxanne Perez is going to capture possibly the women's IC title first if she doesn't get drafted back to SmackDown before she captures it. But if she goes back to SmackDown, she's definitely going to capture the women's United States Championship, as she should. But I more so want her to capture the women's IC title first, as she should. But we're gonna see how it all plays out. Or Roxanne Perez might skip the women's mid card title and capture her first women's IC title. Either way WWE books it suits Roxanne Perez. Either way WWE, you know what I'm saying, choose to do it suits Roxanne Perez. But all this hate on Roxanne Perez, man, haters can go left. Haters can go left. I be seeing haters hating on Roxanne Perez. When you call out, like I said, when you call out the obvious about their favorites, that's actually true. Like Jade Cargill, Mercedes Monet, they get mad as hell. They can't take it. They can't handle it. They're ready to talk shit. They get mad and want to talk shit. And part of me know why. Let's get a little deeper. Why do they get so offended? Why do they get so offended when you call out the obvious about Mercedes Monet and Jade Cargill? Why? Because you know what I'm saying? Um, y'all think they're cute. And that's exactly why. Yeah, why y'all get mad at when I call out the obvious? People like me call out the obvious. Y'all get so mad to get upset and want to talk shit. Yeah, why? Because like I said, y'all know what I'm saying, think they are cute. That's why. Yeah, I like Dakota Kai. That's see you just brought something to my attention, Devon Daly. They used to shit on Dakota Kai. But like I said, be the same ones that get mad as hell when you took when you know what I'm saying, we tell the truth about Jade Cargill's in-ring ability. When she's green as fucking grass. And get mad at the ones like me that say I like Dakota Kai better than Jade Cargill. When Dakota Kai is arguably the better wrestler than Jade Cargill. Like somebody's supposed to be a fan of Jade Cargill. Like somebody's supposed to support her. And if you say you don't not you ain't a fan of her, they quick to throw that down race card at you. They quick to throw that race card at you in a heartbeat. Her, Mercedes Monet, Bianca Belair, and you say you're not a fan of those four female wrestlers, man, they would throw the down race card at you right now, like they used to do me. Because I said I like Alexa Bliss better than Naomi, Bianca Belair, um Mercedes Monet and Jade Cargill on the biggest down races on the planet. Like I'm supposed to be offended for women because they black. Although Mercedes Monet she's half black, but still, I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to be offended for women because they black. I'm not supposed to. And Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan not supposed to be my top two favorite female wrestlers. Where they are, so get over it. Yes, Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are my top two favorite female wrestlers. So if all them toxic fans, get the hell over it. Yeah, Dakota Kai not one of my favorite female wrestlers, but I did like Dakota. I do like Dakota rather. Yeah, they would. Zelina Vega and Dakota Kai would be a dope team. They would be. Yeah, they would be a good tag. They would be great women's tag team champions too. Yeah, I would support that tag team because Zelina Vega is already one of my favorites. But Dakota Kai, she one of my favorites. But I do like Dakota. I've always have liked Dakota since her NXT days. So I've always liked Dakota, but Zelina Vega is one of my favorites. Yeah, I can see the chemistry with Zelina and Dakota. I can see the chemistry. I can see it. I can see the chemistry with Zelina Vega and Dakota Kai. But people would hate on that tag team, Devon Daly. People would hate on that tag team. They would hate just because Zelina Vega botched one move in a match. She can't wrestle. She can't do her job. Man, y'all give me a fucking break. Now let that would have been somebody like I know I keep mentioning her, but I just gotta use this as an example because the way people act when you tell the truth about her. Then let's say if that was Jade Cargill, let's say if that was Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill at Saturday night's main event, and Jade Cargill accidentally broke Chelsea Green nose by doing them kicks she be doing all the time, them big boots. She accidentally broke Chelsea Green's nose, or did a wrestling move and didn't do it the right way. And let's say she hurt Chelsea Green by doing the move and she didn't do it the right way, or hit Chelsea Green with a kick and accidentally broke her nose. And all these fans was going in on Jade Cargill the way they was going in on Zelina Vega saying that Jade Cargill can't do her job. She's a sloppy wrestler, this and that, the third. These Jade Cargill fans will be getting mad as hell. All a majority of these fans in the wrestling community would get mad as hell if they was to call that out about Jade Cargill accidentally hurting Chelsea Green at Saturday night's main event, and she would have hit her with a big boot and broke her nose by an accident. And fans would have been going in on Jade Cargill the way they was going in on Zelina Vega. Let's say they were going in on Jade Cargill exactly like that for accidentally breaking Chelsea Green nose by doing a big boot. You know what I'm saying? And fans going in on Jade Cargill saying she can't wrestle, she's sloppy, she can't do her job. A lot of fans be getting mad as hell. They be getting mad and saying the same thing I'm saying. Jade Cargill did one move. Jade Cargill botched one move and hurt Chelsea Green and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Attacking her. They'd be getting mad as hell talking shit to these fans. They'll be getting mad defending Jade Cargill till the end. Now tell me if I'm telling lies about that shit. Tell me if I'm telling lies. I wait. I wait on that shit. I wait. Yeah. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Because I'm a fan of Chelsea Green as well. Chelsea Green is one of my favorite female wrestlers, and she get hated on. Speaking of Chelsea Green, she get hated on. I know somebody else who hates on her, but I'm not gonna say his damn name. I ain't gonna say his name. You might know who I'm talking about. Yeah, he hates on Chelsea Green hard too. And Chelsea Green can wrestle. Yeah, Chelsea Green is one of my favorite female wrestlers. She gets hated on. Now, as far as Chelsea Green's character, I want her to do a character change. Her character change is quite annoying, but she's still one of my favorites because Chelsea Green can wrestle. But they need to do a character change with her. Yeah, man, a lot of my favorite female wrestlers get hated on and got hated on in the past, like Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan. But love to ignore the obvious when it comes to their favorites. And like I said, I don't care who people choose to support. I don't care who they choose to support. Support whoever the hell you want. But don't ask me to give my takes about them, and you expect me to say something good about them to make you feel good. You expect me to say something good about them to make you feel good. No, hell no. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. I'm going to tell the truth whether you like it or not. Yes, they do. I'm gonna tell the truth about you. Ask me my honest opinion, my honest take about the rest of that you're a fan of and truly support. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth whether you like it or not. And it's okay to be a fan. I don't care who you support. Be if you want to be a fan, then be a fan. I don't care. Somebody say they're a fan of somebody say that fan of Mercedes, but I'll be like, man, she fucking whack, man. Her character cringe. She got shitty ass promos. You know what I'm saying? Although she really does, but I'm not going to say that to them. If they say that fan, I just be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And they ask me, are you? I'd be like, nope. And they ask why, I'm gonna tell the truth. I just can't get behind her. I just can't get behind her, man. You know, I try to say that at first, but when they try to get a little deeper to get me, you know, like to say, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know what I meant. Like, man, you crazy, man. You shell shot. You don't like Mercedes, man. You whack. I be like, no, she the damn one that's whack. She has a whack ass character and whack ass promos, and she's an average wrestler at best. See, I can come back just like that and trigger them. I can come back just like that. I got a pretty good reflex. I can be very flat at the mouth. I can say it just like that, and that probably it will piss some of them off by be coming at them just like that. So I don't. I mean, if you want to be a fan of the wrestler, be a fan. I don't care who they support. I don't care. But don't get mad if you ask me my opinion and I tell the truth. Don't ask me if you don't want an honest answer. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna tell the truth. Call it right down the down middle. B Fab got untapped potential. Yeah, she does. B Fab is she's the future star too. Because B Fab be working with Natalia and Natalia's dungeon. So that says something about her. And I'm not the biggest fan of B Fab, but I'm here to say she has a lot of potential. She's gonna be a star. She's definitely is better than Mercedes Monet. But back to Roxanne Perez. But back to Roxanne Perez. All this hate she be getting, haters can go left because she's definitely a star. She's the future of the women's division. She's the future of the women's division. She's definitely the future on the main roster of women's division for sure. And when she wins that title, they gonna hate. They gonna have a whole damn lot to say. And I hope she keeps that title for a long time just to piss them off. But how part of me see Roxanne Perez winning her first women's world title on the main roster, Raw or SmackDown, I see her winning the women's. I see her winning the women's Money in the Bank briefcase first. Because Roxanne Perez was my backup pick at the women's Money in the Bank last year. Alexa Bliss was my top main pick, and I had Roxanne Perez as my backup pick. So, at any cost, Roxanne Perez is definitely going to be one of my Roxanne Perez is definitely going to be one of my main picks this year coming up for Women's Money in the Bank. I'm calling out she's going to be one of my main picks. I can't say she's going to be my main pick because Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan could be in it. And if they in it, those two got to definitely be my main pick because Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are my top two favorite female wrestlers. I like both of them equally. I don't go against neither one of them for nobody. So they're going to have to be my two main picks. And Roxanne Perez can be one of my main, you know what I'm saying, backup picks. So she could win. And we can say main backup pick, but Roxanne Perez can be one of my main picks. But Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan, if they're in a match, they gotta be my two top main picks because I don't go against neither one of them for nobody. So Roxanne Perez can be one of my main picks. But if Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan is not in it, Roxanne Perez can be my top main pick. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Natalia in it, Natalia gonna have to be my top main pick. Why? Because Natalia is one of my top favorite female wrestlers, and I don't go against her for nobody neither. Although she's past her prime, but it's not too late for Natalia to win another singles championship because she hasn't held a singles championship in 8 years. Her last singles world title holder was way in 2017. That's 8 years, 2025. Now that was 8 long years ago. She hasn't held a singles title since then. So she's gonna have to be my top main pick, and Roxanne Perez gonna be one of my main picks. Hell, that could be my top two main picks. But I'm gonna have to more so go for Natalia. But if none of them not in it, then it can be Roxanne Perez as my main pick. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And if Roxanne Perez catches that women's Money in the Bank briefcase, she's definitely going to win the women's world title, and I can't wait. It'd be love to see her cash in at SummerSlam. Keilani Jordan versus Io Sky. Hell yeah, it would. That would be a banger. Being that Io Sky and Keilani Jordan are two of my favorites, I do like, you know what I'm saying, Io Sky better. So if they was to wrestle against each other, Io Sky versus Keilani Jordan, like I said, both like Io Sky and Keilani Jordan, two of my favorites, but I like Io Sky better, so I probably would have to go with Io Sky for the win. But if Keilani Jordan was the win, I won't be mad about it because I like them both. Both of them two are my favorites. Although I like Io better, but that definitely would be a great match. It could go either way. It could go either way. Yeah, man. I love Kehlani Jordan too, man. Kehlani Jordan looked like she's a sweet person in real life. I think she is, but tell you what, Carmelo Hayes a lucky man. You better hold on to her. But man, I'm about to go ahead and shut this thing down, man. All this Roxanne Perez hate, man. These toxic ass fans can go left. All this Roxanne Perez hate, these toxic fans can go left because she's definitely gonna eventually capture the women's world title. Whether it's on Raw, SmackDown. But like I said, I see her win the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. Then she cashes in her briefcase on whoever's the women's world champion. But I would love for it to take place at SummerSlam. She finally cashes it in. That would be perfect timing. Oh, it ain't no hope, man. It ain't no hope Roxanne Perez gets her breakout moment. Roxanne Perez is going to get her breakout moment. Mark my words. I'm telling you now. This is one video calling out these toxic haters. This is exactly what I'm doing this video calling out these toxic haters that be hating on her. Because she's going to get a breakout moment. She's going to get it. And they're going to be mad as hell. All of them are going to be mad as hell. And I can't wait for Roxanne Perez to finally get her breakout moment. Because she's definitely going to capture the women's world title. She's going to get her breakout moment. Roxanne Perez, like I said, she's a future star. Roxanne Perez is a main event star. So with that being said, I'm about to get on out of here, man. I'm going to shut this video down and get me something to eat. I done worked up an appetite. See you later, bro. It's your boy Hitman D, and I'm signing out.